What's up, you guys? It's your boy Jarumba. It's time for another video of what's going on in the MLT. We're going to be explaining to you guys how a 3-person MLT match happens. For example, a 1v1v1. Excuse me, I had a burp. And we're going to be explaining MLT teams matches. For instance, a 2v2, a 3v3, a 4v4, a 5v5. I don't know if we're getting that far. We're going to explain that. Then we're going to explain how when you compete in an ML Teams match, how your leaderboard stats are going to be updated differently as opposed to competing in an MLT 1v1 match, which is really what that leaderboard is for. All right, so we're scrolling down a little bit. We're going to see right here the new 3-person MLT match points and scoring explained. So here we are. T1, T2, T3 are match tilters for you guys that want to follow along, and the S percentage is survival percentage. So each tilter facing off in separate 1v1s. T1's distance and 21s will be put against T2's, tilter 2s. T1's distance and 21s will be put against T3's, tilter 3s, and then T2's distance and 21s will be put against tilter 3s. They're all going up against one another at the same time. Now, for instance, using our first 1v1v1 as an example, Selecki Joe beat Kloptrip with a survival percentage tiebreaker. Dublix beat Selecki Joe with a survival percentage tiebreaker, and Kloptrip beat Dublix with overall distance and a tie in 21s completed. Therefore, all tilters had received a win and a loss from this match, which was crazy. There are only 2 scenarios that can occur in the final scoring. Either one tilter wins against both opponents, one tilter wins against one opponent, and one tilter is defeated by both opponents, or all 3 tilters win one match and lose one match, like what occurred here. But here we're going to jump into the MLT teams matches MLT team matches rules. All right. Okay. Now, first things first, when you get into a 2v2 or a 3v3 or a 4v4, 5v5, whatever, it's going to change drastically, okay? Because you're all going to be combining your scores together as a team against your opponent's team on the MLT team's scoreboard. Now we're going to be looking at the scoreboard here in a little bit at the end of this video, but for now we're just going to explain the rules and structures. First things first, matches are longer, 75 minutes per round, with only a 3-minute in overtime instead of the old 5 minutes. One other change is that there's now 3 seeds that will be randomly generated instead of just the 1. All tilters in the match, if they're tilting at the same time, they will start on the same exact seed. However, if they choose to do so later on in their run, they can change to either the 2nd or the 3rd seed, or they can stay on the 1st seed depending on what they want to do, percentage, speed, distance, I don't know. But here we are into the 3rd rule. Tilters will use the same seed to start, like I just said, and the rule is when level 5 is completed, tilters may switch to a different seed. So you have to complete level 5. Level 5 must be completed. Once level 5 is completed, you can change to whatever seed. Say you scuff after level 5, crap, I'm going to go to another one. Go for it. Next up, all the MLT rules remain the same except for the fact that the match and the overtime length are different. Now, the other final thing you need to note is that points are accumulated by how each tilter ranks/scores in the categories below against the other tilters. So here's the categories that you can score in. You can either win 3 points for having the best 21 percentage and/or the best 20 speed. So if you have the best 21 percentage and the best level 20 speed in the hour 15 minutes of your tilt, you can get 6 points, 3 points for each of these and/or. You're going to see that on all 3 of these. Next up is the 2nd best and 3rd best in these same categories. You'll get 3 points for the best, 2 points for the 2nd best, 1 point for the 3rd best. Now, of course, you can have the best 21 percentage and the 3rd best 20 speed, but you cannot have the best level 21 percentage and the 2nd best level 21 percentage. You can only have one of these 3 and/or one of these 3. Got that? Can't have best percentage in all 3. Obviously, if you have the number 1 best 21 percentage, you also technically have the 2nd and 3rd. We're going to move into the bonus points. Now, 1 point will be earned to whichever tilter has the best distance, and that's, of course, going to go to every tilter that has best distance if tied. Now, you can also get a double 21 or a triple 21 or a quadruple 21, you can either get that 1 bonus point for the double, 2 bonus points for the triple, or 3 bonus points for the quadruple. You cannot have a double and a triple or a quadruple and a double. Obviously, that's just not going to happen. So you're going to get these bonus points only 1 per person, right? You get the quadruple, there's your bonus points. You don't get the 2, you don't get the 1, you get the 3. If you get this level 1400%, you also get this 3. You just have to notice that these triple and doubles are nullified if you get a better one. That's all. Now, in a tiebreaker situation, the team that has the tilter, that has the lowest level 21 percentage, will lose. If neither team beats a level 21, the best distance or best percentage on tied distance will win. Now, this isn't very important, but keep in mind that if you're speed tilting and one of your tilters gets the lowest percentage out of both teams and it ties at the very end after all these points have been given out, then that tilter with the lowest percentage, their team will lose. Now, the only stats that are added to the MLT leaderboard because of the extended time is your speed to level 20 completion, your percentage at level 21 completion, and your SR gain/loss for the win. Now, distance, wins, losses, points earned, lost, 21s completed, doubles, triples, quadruples, none of that is added because you have that extended 15 minutes. Now, wins and losses will only be added to the team's leaderboard. The regular leaderboard will not get the wins and losses. It will go to its own leaderboard onto the team stats leaderboard. And then we got the SR gain loss. The members of the winning team will gain 10 SR each, while the members of the losing team will lose 6 SR each. Of course, there's also going to be bonus 3 SR given to the match MVP who has the highest score. Now, there can be multiple MVPs if 2 people have the same exact score at the end. Say Selecki Joe and Clop Trip both have an 11 and they have the best score each. They will both get MVP. They'll both get the 3 bonus SR. Good for them. Now, this is the TLDR. If you want to come over to the rules and points, you can go ahead and check this out, but we already explained it and read it all. Now, real quick, the last thing in the rules and points section, this is the most useful thing, is the ML Teams scoreboard template. Go ahead and click on this. And you're going to find yourself upon a scoreboard that you can sign in and make a copy of anytime you want. You put the name of one team and the name of the other team. You can create your own scoreboard and do your own matches whenever you want. Of course, they won't be added to the leaderboard, but it's a great way to practice. Feel free to use this whenever you want. You can see exactly how all the points are broken down and distributed. You can completely change them however you like, because you're going to be making your own form, right? Right. So here you can enter the winner. You got the information at the bottom for the tiebreaker if it happens. All this information, you put the names of the tilters and their scores right here. Same on the other side as well. Now, this is what you're going to use on the scoreboard where you can earn the points for the team matches. Now, that's about it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys now understand how an MLT teams match as well as a 1v1v1 works, and the scoring, point structure, leaderboard, all that. Thanks again. My name is Shuruma. It's been a pleasure to teach you guys another thing. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. Happy tilting. Much love. And again, big love from the MLT. Deuces, you guys. Take care.